Good evening, and it's great to be with you all. Let me begin just by thanking all of you for your leadership and your service, especially at a time when our public schools are under such pressure. And thank you especially to Principal Wright. We have a third grader at Claxton. I come before you tonight as a minister in our community, as executive director of the Campaign for Southern Equality, which advocates across North Carolina and the South for LGBTQ equality, and also as a Buncombe County commissioner. But above all, I am a mom. My wife Megan and I have 3 kiddos, a third grader at Claxton and 2 rising kindergartners currently in pre-K. As SB49 is written, they would all be covered under this law. And it means that if this law goes into effect, they will not in their classrooms be able to hear books that feature and represent families like ours, and under some circumstances would not be able to talk about their families and the things we did together over the weekend in the course of a classroom discussion. That can't be right. And so, as you've heard from my colleagues Allison and Craig, we come before you with an ask, and our ask is simple. We know because we watched it happen that this law was rushed to passage without thorough analysis or vetting. Now, before it is allowed to harm youth in our community any further, we want the state to show its work and address the pressing legal question of how SB 49 intersects with Title IX and whether it violates federal law. And we ask you, our local board, which has been put in an incredibly difficult position by these political circumstances, to allow this process to unfold. The memo that we have submitted to DPI argues a clear and compelling case for why SB 49 cannot be implemented in accordance with Title IX. DPI has indicated that they will at some point be issuing findings or analysis on this question, but they have not yet done so, nor have they identified a specific timeline for doing so. And so all of our local systems are in the breach. And as we know on the ground from stories locally and across the state, in the misinformation, confusion, and chaos of that state, the law is being implemented, often incorrectly, often with overcompliance, and definitively in ways that are harming young people who are LGBTQ, who are part of LGBTQ families, students and faculty and staff who are part of those communities, and arguably the entire school community. This is a rare moment, and I say this as someone in local government. This is a rare moment when we can stop harm before it gets worse, and I urge you to proceed with precision, with care for our kids, which I know each of you hold in your hearts, and above all, fealty to federal law, which is clear on these matters. Thank you.